Realize how easy it is to manipulate a human being. You must realize that awareness cannot escape itself. You fall asleep, you're still aware. You know, deep in your subconscious mind, you're still aware. You're awake, you're aware. If you're tripping on drugs or drunk, you are still aware during your experience. So you should love yourself since you know that you cannot escape yourself. And since you cannot escape yourself, that doesn't mean that you should disregard the fact that you are in a dream that is not going how you would like it to go. So as you know, there are many truths in this realm. You could spend your whole entire life flipping rocks. You know, it reminds me of these video that I saw with these Chinese people who were very poor, and they were just flipping rocks, searching for the smallest piece of gold. Like they would spend 2 weeks out there just to find a little tiny nugget of gold in the trash, like left over. This is what people tend to do with truth. So you must realize how easy it would be for a speaker to just give you any truth. Like out of the many truths, they can just give you one truth and make you feel good. This is why you should focus on your own individual thought pattern and one highest truth. One or two highest truths of this realm is all it takes for you to be able to build a universal model in your mind that you can simplify and perceive things in this reality with. Loving yourself is ever more important along your journey, because you'll need to compartmentalize everything you are learning as you become more conscious. This way you can transcend everything you know and suffer less through the web of complex knowledge. Listen, you'll find out sooner than later that simplicity is high vibrational. Simplicity is high frequency. Simplicity is super intelligence. Simplicity is high vibration, no manipulation of your life force energy. It's not to reduce the beauty of complex emergence in life. It is because you understand how the mind itself works. It is only built to live and be in the present moment. And it is only meant to handle so much complexity. In fact, its deepest part, its deepest intelligence is to consolidate complexity and be more simple. So you must love yourself along your journey so that you can transcend everything you know. Because there will be times where you have to let go of everything you know. Like, this shit hurts. These teachers will tell you, hey, nothing else really exists. This is all an illusion. It's all an illusion, so it's all about how you're thinking. I'm trying to explain to you how they can just give you a simple truth, leave you flipping rocks over infinite truths, the infinite emergence of truth. Skipping over the reality of the dream. Because let's say you found yourself in a dream, and you realize that it was a dream. Like, it became lucid. You're like, I'm in a dream. and it's not going how you would like it to go. Like, it's actually going pretty terrible. It's pretty much a nightmare. Even though you knew you were in a dream, wouldn't you want to make your experience better, or try to figure out how to make your experience better while you were there, while your awareness was in this dream? So I would say that this is the entire point of becoming conscious. This is the entire point of becoming conscious, is to realize the highest objective truth about this reality. And that will allow you to address the complex emergence of low vibrational manipulation, the highest objective problem that beings seem to face in this dream. So here we are, stuck in consciousness. Consciousness cannot escape itself. You should not try to unalive yourself. And I'll prove that to you, in order to try to escape. So your entire energy should technically be spent on making your experience better, suffering less. This is why beings become conscious, is so they will suffer less. Consciousness, or awakening, was birthed from low vibrational manipulation. It is an emergence of low vibrational manipulation. We must have woken up to how we were being manipulated, how we were manipulating our own life force energy, how we are operating and manipulating life force energy as a collective. So you talk about emergence within and emergence without. As above, so below. There really are no pitfalls for you if you are a conscious being. No level of life can break you if you are a very, very conscious being. This is the goal of becoming conscious, is to stare at the world and know that whatever level of life it brings to you, it cannot break you. No matter how bad it gets, you cannot be broken. That is the game that consciousness is playing. That is the game that we are playing with consciousness, that no matter what this reality seems like, it cannot break you. It cannot control you. And you see, this is the opposite of blind faith. Because on the level of consciousness that you are operating on, if you are operating on a very high level of consciousness, that you know that nothing in this realm could break you, therefore you fear no circumstance in this realm. Whatever comes, comes. Isn't this the supreme consciousness, supreme conscious level that we all seek? Highest objective truths. Highest truth about our higher self. Life force, chaos, energy itself. And all the emergence, all the complexities, all the endless genealogy that is awake to our soul. If you are on a certain level of consciousness, you have passed it all. You see, I just feel like I've never been more conscious in my life. I feel like I've never been smarter in my life. I've never been more beautiful in my life. Like I've literally never been operating on this level of intelligence. So I know something about energy and how it works through experience. And it's that growth is exponential. You have reached a level of consciousness where you cannot be controlled. You have gained full autonomy. You have planted, watched it grow, pruned your own individual thought pattern, propagated your own individual thought pattern, regained autonomy. See, people are just running around this life. They think they are living, but they are being controlled through artificial hypnosis. So here we are in a dream facing real difficulties, real problems. This is why after you get done listening to the truth, you say, this makes no sense. Like, life makes no freaking sense. Is because, yeah, it's true. You may be dreaming. This is very true. I believe that seeing life, through an aspect of life being a dream, it's good, but I think there's one level up. And that's that we're all hallucinating. We're all hallucinating, but say we are in a dream, say we are hallucinating. Because that's the truth. It may not be what your heart wants to hear, what your ears want to hear, but that's the truth. To some level of degree, you are hallucinating. But let's move that aside. Let's say you're in a dream and you're hallucinating, but wouldn't you still want to do what you could do in that dream? Figure out what you could do to make that a better experience while you were there, while you existed in the dream. You see, some people have no motive and no drive to figure anything out. So we are not all operating at the same level of consciousness. The highest truth also is that life is completely meaningless, like on all levels, and that you will never know how many bails or games that are being played within inside of consciousness itself. A right question would ask, a bright mind might ask in this realm, is the energy war an illusion? Because this is what we all seem to be, perplexed about, is the way we are manipulating our life force energy. And the way that you use or misuse your life force energy somehow lands us on this unique frequency that cannot be replicated. Realizing that just because you're in a dream doesn't solve the fact that you are having problems in the dream, or consciousness itself is facing problems in this dream, and you should just lay down your arms and let the illusion float. Like, everybody knows that that's not practical and that's not real. People have given themselves to God. People have given themselves to many, many beliefs that are far too broad for human conception at this time. So we'll have to introduce new models of universal truth that introduce not only the highest truth about our being, but the highest objective truth about our core nature, which is the use or misuse of our life force energy. we'll have to begin to then address the highest objective truth of this realm in order to really alter our reality, really have this reality in our hands like Play-Doh. Because right now we're swinging at things that are invisible. We're swinging at things that we don't understand. Of course you're going to lose. Of course you're always going to get your ass beat in your reality. Of course you should be trying to become more consciousness and trip latent forces in your subconscious mind. Because any truth you'll receive in this hell realm is truth about how to free your life force energy, or how your life force energy has been being manipulated. Never let them make you think that there should not be an escape plan in your dream. So you know that you can't escape the dream, you can't escape awareness. But does that negate the fact that you're having a shitty dream and that you would really love to change your experience? That you realize that, that may be the highest truth, that, all of it's an illusion, but hey, even though I'm tripping, even though this is a dream, because I do believe it's a dream. In my dream, I would want to figure out how to make this experience better while I'm here. You're not just gonna be like, oh, now that I know the truth that it's an illusion, yeah, I'll just continue to suffer here. I'll stay at this level of consciousness. At this moment, every being in the world, seems like there's a wide open door for unlimited knowledge and unlimited expansion of their consciousness. Like, don't take that for granted. Don't take for granted that you may be on a level of consciousness that you've always wanted to be on. I don't pay attention to my age, but I turned 33 yesterday. And I've never felt more smart. I've never felt more intelligent, more sharp in my mind. I've never felt the type of love that I'm feeling for myself. Mostly due to being honest with myself. Even if it's fucked up, even if it's hard to handle, I'm just honest with myself. I'll sacrifice how I feel. I've never felt as beautiful as I do now. I've never felt as one with the universe, as if I'm on a level of consciousness that I can interact with the universe consciously by tripping latent forces in my subconscious mind, by simplifying information in order to gain capacity in my mind. See, this is why intelligent people suffer, because they're unable to compartmentalize their own knowledge, so it drives them batshit crazy up a fucking wall. So love yourself. Know how to transcend life force energy chaos itself before it was even able to be manipulated. Is your beacon of light. It's to say that, hey, in my mind I can even transcend into pure nothingness, right above the game of Layla, the game of manipulation. Even if we can only zap away our awareness from the game of life, the game of manipulation in its grips. It is very important to your soul. It is very important to learn how to disconnect from what you are gathering, knowing how to simplify it. if you were in a Finding Dory is actually like a super intelligent movie. Like they definitely know, because they touched on something very important, and that's memory wipe. Isn't it as if the attention span of human beings is being like 10 to 15 seconds or something now? Like that movie was telling us something, that if you can't remember, if you can't retain information, you're gonna have problems figuring out your reality. Even, simple things like who your parents were. So, but it's good to know that you will have help along the way. Like, by us sharing words with each other, we are pollinating human consciousness as we speak. Like, that should make you feel good, But Finding Dory was... she wanted to know the entire time. Like, there was never a time. Didn't matter how many times she forget. She always wanted to know, like, where she was at, or what she was just doing, or where her parents were again, or what she was, like, last thinking about. Like, I think this is why I write so much. I don't think I know. Like there's times where I just think I'm batshit crazy for writing down, like, important thoughts and important things. Like, this must be recorded. In my mind, I feel like Aristotle or Stoic. Like, someday somebody's gonna find all of this knowledge that I've written down. Which will emerge into me being an author. Which I have a children's book that I have to put out. I have to put out, a book about this too. This knowledge as well. Because what we are doing on the level of consciousness, we are freeing life force energy. Like, that is why you are here. That is the superiority of consciousness itself. Not to care about what the world does to you. You are becoming conscious so that any level in life that you see on this outer projection, it can be the worst of the worst. You can deal with it because you are so damn conscious. Now, your egoic mind is going to want you to play safe and not enter any of these zones. It could be very well that once you let go, that you could end up in a very, very great situation. Like, you are thinking it's bad because that's how the mind works. When you are thinking things will go bad if you let go, then you are actually hindering the forces of the subconscious mind instead of tripping those latent forces, the forces that have been suppressed inside of your dream. See, this is a reality. It's not technically that you have anything to escape, but you want to make your reality better. So in a sense, you want to escape the situation that you're in. But this doesn't mean that you're not present. It just means you are very, very conscious of what's fucked up about the world. Love yourself along your journey. Don't let people trick you so easily and just sit and tell you, hey, your awareness is all one, and you might as well you're always trying to escape from something. That's what they gonna say, and I wouldn't, get on those videos and comment or anything, but it's like, man, but ain't we still having an experience here? Like, ain't we still having a dream that we can make how we want to make it? Like, let's be real. Continue to awaken, continue to grow your soul. I love you.